Hello and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Melissa Maloney, and as always, I'm so excited to be with you today and to share the stories of the amazing things happening in London. We have an incredible group of guests today that really highlight the fact that there is something for everyone happening in London over the next few weeks. Today, being Remembrance Day, it's important to continue to learn and understand the importance of this very special day. Here to talk to us about this year's ceremonies are Randy Warden, the committee chairperson, and Lieutenant Colonel Ian Haley, the parade commander for this year. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Excited to have you both here. Thank you both for your service. And there's so much that we have to cover. So I just learned that it is Veterans Week. So maybe we can cover off what happens over the course of the week.
Veterans Week builds momentum towards Remembrance Day. On Friday at sunrise, a wreath was laid at the cenotaph, whereas it is Indigenous Veterans Day. And there were activities that carried us through the weekend. On Sunday at noon, we started to receive wreaths from the community, people that wanted to lay a wreath on for a family member. And then Sunday night, there was a cadet vigil where the youth come out and lay a wreath on behalf of Canada's youth. And that led us up to this morning, Remembrance Day. And it's been a busy day with my friend Ian here at his command.
I'm sure you started early.
Always.
Yes. So why is it important that we are still having these conversations and that we're keeping this something that's so active and in people's minds?
I think it's captured with simply, lest we forget. If we don't keep reminding people, then it is lost to time. Since Confederation, Canada has lost 118,000 soldiers in war and in peace. And that's a staggering number.
It is.
It's a quarter of London. And that needs to be reminded. This year we put up banners downtown and we put faces to some of these names. So we're trying to make sure that people know that it's not just numbers, these are people.
Definitely. And we were talking just before we got started about the fact that it's not just about World War I and World War II. It's about what's currently happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's in recent memory. We've all had friends that we've lost in Afghanistan, peacekeeping missions, just in training accidents, which take actually a large proportion of soldiers. Things happen, and these are people that need to be remembered as well. And it's been encouraging to see in the last few years the numbers growing and growing at the cenotaph every year to remember these people.
Which is, and they really are, the numbers are getting bigger every year.
Absolutely.
And it is an incredible service that is put on at the cenotaph. And when you think about sort of do you have thoughts around why you think the numbers are growing the way that they are, or the work that's being done to make sure people don't forget?
London's fortunate. We have a fairly significant veteran community. And through the period of COVID, we found alternate ways to commemorate, to remember our veterans. And with COVID now behind us, there's been a desire to want to return to the cenotaph. And I'm pleased to see that.
And it's a beautiful service. My office was right across the street for a number of years, so I got to stand out on my porch and listen to it. And I was saying before the show, I was lucky enough to grow up with somebody who, my father was in a pipe band. So I've gone to sunrise services my whole life. And I think there's a feeling and an energy that you can feel when you're at one of those services. Do you think people are connecting to that and feeling the human aspect of everything that you're trying to get across?
I definitely think so. Is that the people are thinking there's a consistency to the service, there's an emotional connection, there's a historical connection, and it passes down from generation. My father was Royal Air Force. I served. My son actually is a piper in one of the local pipe bands, and he's there every year. And my grandson will be there. And so yes, there's this ongoing connection with the cenotaph and with the ceremony.
Amazing.
I think the citizens, Londoners like to actually connect with some of the veterans too. You know, following the service, you always see people coming up and talking to the veterans. Once the parade marched off, there's a gathering over in Centennial Hall. And again, it's an opportunity just for people to go and talk to veterans and hear their stories. And I think that helps with the connection.
Amazing. Thank you both for all the work that you do and have put into this. And I'm sure you're going to have a well-deserved break after a busy few days. And we're really grateful for your time today.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.